Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up. Viggo Venn!
Hey! Okay, dirty.
Whoa, what happened to the mic stand, man?
Whoa. It's a dirty mic stand.
It's a bad, naughty mic stand. Viggo Venn.
Hello, Inia James. Joe Rogan of Norway. Is this working?
Almost. You know what?
What is?
I think if you okay, you have to bend.
I can sit like this though.
Yeah, that's
with the sunglasses and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I might need to move the camera though.
I'll sit up then.
Yeah, okay. I think we got it. Okay, just push that back a little bit. There.
Like this?
Yeah. Now you can move it that way a little bit. Yeah, perfect.
Yes. Can I hear myself a bit more?
Yeah, of course. Let me see which button I need to press for that. Let me see. Where are you? You're this one?
So much for that entrance, huh?
You nailed it. Okay, how's that?
Oh, yes. Good.
Is that juicy?
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Right, nice. I liked the entrance. Viggo Venn.
Hello.
Britain's Got Talent, BBC, and now you finally made it to the Inia James podcast.
Yes, and finally I've been working for this for such a long time.
Yeah. How does it feel, man? Life is basically complete.
But yeah, is it? I feel like now it's starting.
I love that.
Because so many people thought I just came and did vests, started in January, but I've been going for quite some time, no?
Yeah, how long have you been doing the vest game for?
Vest, I've been doing like 1 year in London, and then I did it even in Australia with Zach, the guy I was doing a double act with.
Really?
Yeah, but it was just 2 vests back then.
Okay, so as you've progressed, you're like, I just got to add more and more vests.
Yeah, or it was opposite actually. I did, Dattera til Hagen.
Yeah.
Yeah, prøverøre, where you test jokes in Oslo.
Yeah.
And then I had 2 vests, and then Joachim Skage was there, and I told him, oh yeah, it's just an opener, it works when I take 1 vest. The audience love it, and then I'll move on to my stand-up. It's just opening joke,
Yeah.
And then a year later, I came back again to Norway to Dattera til Hagen, and then I had like 16 vests.
Yeah. What's the record amount of vests that you've done?
Yeah, it's 26.
26.
Yeah.
Dude, I think we can step it up a little bit.
Yeah, I could do more.
I think you should do more, bro. You gotta aim bigger.
But it's hilarious though, because I really wanted to do stand-up, and I told Joachim, like, I'm gonna write more stuff, this is just a little transitional phase from the physical stuff. And then a year later, it just became more and more vest because the audience liked it, so I just had to do more,
Is that the deal with clowning? You're always kind of paying attention to what the audience likes, and you're like, oh, I just gotta fucking do more of that.
Yeah.
1 vest, 2 vests, 26 vests.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's it. That's exactly clowning. You just listen to them and do more of what works and less of what doesn't work, no?
Yeah, man. I the whole clowning thing was just like this entirely new phenomenon that opened up to me. And I feel like you're like, holy shit, man. You're like the fucking number 1 clown. You're the number 1 clown, man.
That is such a not good thing to have on your resume. Number 1 clown is like, being number 1 garbage man, No, thank you though. Top of the idiots.
You're king of the idiots. Yeah. Wow.
Because clown is the lowest form of art ever. I think it goes, actor, singer, opera singer, actor. Stand-up is like a little bit below 0, no?
It's down there.
Actors look down on us.
Yeah.
And then you have stripper, magician, and then clown is like the...
Dude, yeah, because you're right. Like, when people think of clowns, they think of, like, idiots. They think, these guys are so dumb. Yeah. And,
we are, though.
You are!
And we are playing also the stupid, though.
But it is, like, the routines that you come up with and the things that you do, like it's so dumb, but it's so funny.
Yeah, I love stupid humor. I think it's... or, like... You have South Park and stuff. They have dumb stuff, but also clever stuff. And, I love that. Borat as well. It's clever. He's making fun of something in society, but he's doing it from such an idiotic point of view.
It's such a low status perspective, like such a low status character. Yeah. But I wonder if, like, when you see something that's so dumb, like, this is what I thought about, like, your act. I go, that act is so dumb.
Yeah.
It's almost genius.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it worked. You really got away with it.
Yeah, I know. I honestly, I can't believe it.
What did you do? It's like you tricked everybody.
Right, yeah, but it is stupid humor. I'm trying to be as stupid as I can, basically. So the fact that he's like, people saying, oh, he only come on and take off vest. I was like, yeah, that sounds so dumb to me. Can you believe it? Like a guy from Norway comes to Britain's Got Talent and just does that.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be X'd off though, but I thought that would be hilarious, that here comes this guy from another country and he thinks this is what he's gonna, and then it worked.
I couldn't believe it. They loved it.
Oh my God.
They loved it.
I just realized it now.
Yeah.
It's like 4 weeks since I won Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, it's 4 weeks. Now we're in like the middle of July. When did you win Britain's Got Talent? When was the final?
4th of June.
4th of June.
So it's been a month now.
Wow. It's been a month since you basically trolled the whole world. Like you trolled the whole planet. That's crazy.
I did it with love though.
You did it with love.
It wasn't mean trolling.
No. It wasn't me trolling, but it's like a prank with love.
Yeah.
And one thing that like when like I followed everything, obviously. And then like I realized how big it was when my mum in Australia wrote to me and says, do you know this Viggo Venn clown?
You're like, actually, yes.
I'm like, yeah, I know him. How the fuck do you know him in Australia? And then
hey, good to see you, Inia's mom. Yay!
She's done a fantastic job. She's had her challenges raising me, but she knew about what you'd accomplished. And so there was that.
But I've been gigging a lot in Australia though.
Okay, so
I had 3 years in Australia.
Did you?
Or not full years, but like we did Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, and then Sydney. It was like festival. So like 3 months for 3 years.
Yeah, okay.
So
they're like, we remembered him.
Yeah.
And now he made it big. Australia are really good at claiming people.
Right.
He's kind of one of ours. He's Norwegian, but he learned everything in Australia.
But that's where the vest come from, actually.
No fucking way.
Yeah, Melbourne Comedy Festival.
Bullshit.
Do you know Melbourne Comedy Festival?
Of course.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sydney.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
but the
cool
Melbourne Comedy Festival. Yeah, bro. Melbourne Comedy Festival ain't shit. Sydney for life.
Yeah.
No, but the Melbourne Comedy Festival is legendary.
It's so good.
Legendary.
And after doing Adelaide, where it's like more like a festival, summer type of vibe, music, comedy, burlesque, everything. And then you come to Melbourne, where it's just comedy. The whole city is just a comedy festival for 4 weeks. In Melbourne. It's incredible. That audience is so tuned into comedy.
Yeah.
So I forgot what I was going to say, but
you're talking about the origin of the vests.
Yeah. There's so many venues, right? And there's big comics, and we kind of self-produced our show, me and Zach, when we went to Melbourne the first time. And then there's this artist party in the main artist bar, and we were not invited.
Obviously.
Because we were some random clowns, you know? Our show was really funny, but it's not cool to be a clown until now. No, but we weren't invited, and we really wanted to go to this awesome after party. So we found High Viz in the venue, put them on, and we walked straight into the party.
You used the vests to sneak into the party?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we just continued wearing the vest during the night, and we were having fun, talking to comics and stuff, and they were like, why are we wearing this? And we were like, we snuck in with this, and people found it so charming that we weren't invited, but still were there and were cool people. So
wow, so
it became like a little talk of the town. So we decided to put them on in the show as well, because a lot of people came to the show because like, oh, that's those idiots who just snuck into the artist party.
Wow, so you used the vests to sneak into a party, and then like years later you used it to sneak into the #1 position of Britain's Got Talent. Where does it end? Holy
I feel like I people think I'm trolling, but I've been doing vests, the comedy, like the routine in stand-up clubs in London, and like I knew that people loved it, you know, because I was doing it a lot, and people were like, "Yay!" I knew that it was fun, so I believed that it could do well if the audience liked it, even though it doesn't look like anything.
Yeah, but it's just one of these things that became like a cultural icon, like a symbol.
Yeah, but it became that in that Melbourne festival as well, because then we had one and people came, oh, there's those idiots from the party, and then we put on another one, ripped it off, got a laugh, and we're like, oh. And then Zach got a double, and then so we had like 2-3 vests each. And then when I came to Norway like a year later, that's when I had 2 vests from that show, basically.
Wow.
Just started with some old, literally material.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about, like, most people don't want to look like idiots, but that's kind of what clowns really want to look like.
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't that, like, I find that kind of fascinating, man. Like, you really, like, chase the idiocracy of things.
Yeah, because I find it so funny when it's something stupid, you know?
So stupid.
Like Monty Python when he slaps a fish in the other guy's face. Like, why? It's not supposed to be funny, but somehow it is because it's so free, you know? You just do something dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think can be clever. And,
yeah, of course.
And it is beautiful because you're doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Since this is a talking about comedy podcast, I'm trying to be stupid.
Yeah. Wow.
Not claiming that I'm that smart exactly. But,
no, me either. I'm no genius. But like the thing is, I feel like when I'm watching, clowning, I feel like I kind of get transported back to being a little kid. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, like I just get to be really playful, and I'm like, oh wow, look at them go and do the silly, like with the squirting flour and all that kind of like the hat with the propeller and you're like, yeah, it was just really fun.
Yeah, no, it's fun, and a lot of kids like the High Viz act and stuff in the UK.
Yeah,
but also like normal people like 30, 40, and then you have like the older people as well.
Yeah.
Like I get a lot of videos on Instagram with kids dancing, and then you have the corporate people who are like, oh, we're going to be funny today, and then they play one more time and do that.
Nice.
And old people. I think that's what's so nice about clowning is that, it's easy to understand, so everyone get it.
Yeah.
Or some people do not get it. They don't get that there's nothing to get.
No.
The only thing to get is like, hey, have you been a kid? Have you had fun before?
Yeah. Dude, it's so good. You have such a great job, as an entertainer, and now things are probably like ramping up. Like,
I was just about to say job, because I've been clinging to this for a long time, but I can't. Per definition, in Norway, it hasn't been a job. I think I've been living under the poverty limit in Norway.
Yeah, okay, that's really interesting because a lot of people just found out about you from this like super successful thing, but it's not like an overnight success at all.
No, I mean we did Perth, for God's sake.
Yeah,
you know Perth.
Fucking yeah, bro.
It's a place far away from other places.
it's a no man's land.
The first time I saw a guy hit a girl in the face was in Perth.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Just walked out the venue, we did our show, and then walking down the street in Perth, and we're like, oh, and I saw that, and I was like, whoa. Kind of instinctively, I just ran over, and I was like, hey, and then she kind of like pushed me away and started making out with the dude again.
No
so
way.
I was like, Perth, man, that's a weird place.
Some fucking savage people.
Yeah. You're not from Perth, are you?
Nah, I'm from Sydney, bro.
Yeah.
I'm fucking...
So you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. But you never quit. Like you always, even though you were under the poverty line and like, I mean, did you ever think that, okay, I'm not making any money from this and I'm living underneath the poverty line? At some point, I'm going to need to be like a grown up or responsible and like, try to like get a job at like a bank or something, or
not bank, because I studied economics and then I kind of failed at that, and I found it so like deeply boring what I was studying, because university is free in Norway, so I just had I do that, and I didn't know what to do, so I did economics, and then oh my god, I've never been more unhappy in my life. It was just so I went through a whole finding myself type of situation where it's like I want to be happy with what I'm doing, and then it doesn't really matter as long as you can eat. Then I'm happy to travel around with 3 other idiots and sleep in one room and sleep on couches in Adelaide, and as long as we get to do the show every day,
okay. So you really live for the performance.
Yeah, it changed my life going to the clown school. I was stiff Norwegian, as you probably know. The rest of them here are a little bit closed off and stiff. But then clown school really opened me up to be, and also I came in with the attitude of like, I'm gonna drop everything I have, and I'm ready to pursue something fun.
Yeah.
And then in a way, then just not having bought pants for those 4 years we were on tour.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Wow. I've heard, I can't remember who it was, somebody who did a clown course, maybe it was with you, I'm not sure. And they said that however many days it was, and they just felt like, they said like it's the course that just breaks you down to nothing. Like that's what they said. They go, it really breaks you down and exposes like all your vulnerabilities and who you are or something like that. What is that? Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, but I was just thinking it's not on purpose though. And I realized I sit here with sunglasses looking like a schmuck, but I'll take them off now so you can see my vulnerability.
There you go.
But yeah, it's not on purpose but it's hard sometimes because, for example, I started stand-up Kristiansand, and then middle of the night, me and this guy Didrik Hansen, we were like, oh, we should go to Edinburgh, and then Martin Beyer-Olsen was there, and we met him and Lars, and he recommended, oh, you need to see this guy, Dr. Brown.
Dr. Brown.
Yeah, and ooh la la, that show. Yeah, my friend also like, I'm not seeing a clown show. So he was like, fuck that. And he went to the hotel, or the hostel, and had beers and had a shower, and I saw the show alone. And same thing, I didn't know why it was funny. I was just laughing gutturally, like, oh my God, this is so dumb, you know?
Yeah.
But I was laughing louder than I've ever laughed before, you know?
Yeah.
And so that just stuck in my head. And then, yeah, I wanted to say the breakdown, because I've been through it through him, because I was doing stand-up, but it was really bad, you know? Everyone's bad in the beginning.
Yeah, of course.
But I remember Joakim Skage at Reis deg komikerklubb. He told me, it was like, oh, you have great utstråling, like charisma, but your jokes are shit.
Yeah.
So when I saw this clown show, I was like, oh, maybe something for me here, you know?
Yeah.
And then I was just suffering through 6 more months of studying. But at that point, I was just Googling clown, trying to figure out what this was and who this Dr. Brown guy was. And I found out he was doing a kid show in London. And then I just, booked the Easter. I booked a ticket to London, saw his kid show, and did a clown workshop. And I didn't understand anything. And I wasn't broken down or anything. I was just like, what is this? Why? It doesn't work for me. I don't understand what people are doing. But then one guy there is like, if you like this, you should go to the source, you know? And that's Philippe Gaulier.
Okay, so he's like another clown.
He is the guy who brought clown into Lecoq School.
Okay.
A lot of Norwegians have gone to Lecoq. Is like a physical theater school where the European physical theater tradition comes from.
Right, okay.
And he introduced clown into that school, and then he started his own school. So there, Philippe Gaulier has like a lot of lines, and theater in the UK is influenced by him. And Sacha Baron Cohen went there.
Really?
And Emma Thompson, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
But I was gonna say, before I went there, I went to do a Dr. Brown workshop.
Yeah.
And I was already stand up, trying to be funny. But I was so Inia, I tell you, I was so bad.
You were a bad stand-up comedian. Of course, you were just starting.
Yeah, but people who start are just bad.
Yeah.
But there's some people who are like insultingly bad.
And that was you.
Yeah, you see them on stage and you're like, oh man, stop trying so hard, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, it was just, I wanted it so much, you know?
Yeah.
And then I went to this clown workshop with Dr. Brown in Wales. It was called Clowning in Nature, because there was beautiful nature around and a bit like hippie atmosphere.
Beautiful.
Vegan food and sleeping in a yurt and stuff. And then I remember I was on stage there just sucking big time.
Yeah.
And all the people were just hilarious. And I was just like, fuck this shit. I don't get it and stuff. And I could see the audience kind of like, you know, turning away from me. And I have this specific memory when you said kind of breaking down. I remember this image, because I remember it was like 11 at night. I was standing on this like paller, you know. It's a bad stage, some impromptu stage in this farm. And then I went on stage and I was there for 20 minutes. No laugh, just desperately trying, like, trying what I thought clown was, you know?
Yeah.
And Phil Berger's Dr. Brown, he was just sitting there like, ay, this guy, oh, so annoying, this guy. And I could just feel like tears coming back behind the eyes, you know, like.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, I wasn't angry, but I was just not letting that out. I was just continuing to be like trying stupid things, but nothing. Yeah, it was just awful, and I could feel myself wanting to cry, but I stopped it basically.
So you were gonna cry on stage.
Basically. Yeah, or like it's just like when he's saying I'm shit and it's my biggest dream to be a comedian, you know?
Yeah.
That's why I think people think it's hard, because he tells you the truth. He's like, hey, no one here likes you. Hey, no one here is laughing. What are you doing? What is this stupid piano you just did?
Yeah.
Did you look at us? Did anyone like that? And I was kind of like fighting back, being rude, or like, no, it's funny. And then after that, yeah.
He just cuts through all the bullshit and tells it to you straight. Because sometimes, I'm guessing, sometimes we kind of lie to ourselves or trick ourselves, trying to convince ourselves.
Yeah.
But that's not what the audience is experiencing. It's just this perception to try to make us not quit or okay.
And also we're so nervous, because it is nerve-wracking going on stage, of course. For everyone. If you think we are not nervous, well, everyone is. It's unnatural to have 200 people looking at you. Like you're an animal, so you're supposed to feel adrenaline and feel alert when people look at you like that. So
it is very nerve-wracking,
and that's why you become in your own head and you just say your jokes, and you don't hear, or I couldn't hear at least, that the audience were not laughing. I was just in my own head, you know.
Because when I had Martin Markey on, he said that like a clown really needs to pay attention to the room. And if you're in your own head, then you're not really paying attention to what's happening. Is that correct?
Yeah. No, I loved that podcast with Martin, and you guys talked a lot about clown, and that was good. But I was just in my own experience then going off stage that night. There's been a long day, and just going out in this like field in Wales, you know, and then I met the guy who I was slept in this tent with. It was like a 55-year-old clown from Brazil, and he was also really bad, because he was like clown, you know. Like he had big shoes with him.
Wow, like Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, and his whole career he was a clown in Brazil, and he was like an instructional video on every school in Brazil, how to make an instrument from a pipe or something. Rør. But so I met him, and he was also so bad, and we sat down outside our yurt, and we sat there for hours just talking, like, and he was like, my whole life I've been doing it wrong. And because he was even worse than me, kind of. I was annoying, but he was just like so clown, you know. But he wasn't sensitive with the audience, which you have to be. So I remember it was like 3 a.m. in the morning. Me and him both sat there crying, just like, oh, we're so bad. What are we gonna do? You know, just sobbing, because we felt so. We had I had nothing going for me in my life. I failed at my studies, and I found this thing, and then I sucked at that, you know. So I was just, I give up, you know. After that night, I was just like defeated properly, like, I don't know what, I'm lost in life, kind of. It was so weird. But so the next day I wanted to take the bus to Cardiff, capital of Wales, and then get to London and fly back home, basically. But then there was no bus. We're like in the fucking woods, you know. So then I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll join breakfast. And I joined breakfast, and then okay, so exercise, warm up, and then people started going on stage, and I got in a better mood seeing people playing, and I was happy to see people find stuff. And then long story short, I came to this. He was like, oh, you want to go, Viggo? I was like, no. And he was like, just you left, you do something. And I was like, and I remember, it's like, what am I going to do? And I just did this with a curtain, and it went like, And then people laughed. And I was like, I was so shocked. And then when they saw the shock on my face, they laughed more. And then I was just like, because I'd given up. I didn't care anymore. I didn't want the laugh. I was just there, you know?
Yeah.
And then, I remember I had like maybe 30 seconds when I put the curtain, mustache, but kind of defeated. You could see my eyes, and there was something different. So from there, I found like, oh, you have to show yourself.
Yeah.
That's what people really want to see, you know?
Yeah.
It's so important to... People say, oh, clowns have good eyes and stuff, but like, it's because the eyes are... It's you. You are behind those glasses, no?
Wow.
Sorry for the long story.
Dude, I love it. I love it. So that was your experience from like wanting to be on the bus and getting the fuck out of there to doing one joke and getting a laugh and going, ha.
Yeah, it wasn't even a joke. I was just like... I couldn't be bothered, you know, and then just pulled the curtain and it ripped, and then...
Okay, wow. And then it all turned around just from that one moment, that single pulling the curtain.
That's because then he was like, Viggo, we can see you now. Before you were hiding yourself. You were hiding behind this defense mechanism or something.
Is that like the ego, the defense mechanism?
Yeah, I guess that's what people talk about when they go to clown workshop and broke down your ego or whatever. I guess.
Okay, so from that moment then you realized, okay, I've got to drop this kind of force field around me and then just expose myself for who I truly, really am and be vulnerable.
Yeah, because from there then...
I see. So from the audience's perspective, they want to see really who you are, not who you're trying to project to them or to yourself.
Yeah, at least it has to start. Even in stand-up, you know, you have to like the performer.
Yeah, you do.
Before. That's why you do an opener that's kind of self-deprecating a bit, because then you show vulnerability, you know? I think that's so important at least. But then, of course, you do routines and material and jokes and stuff, but... I was just like, oh, and I wasn't able to do it, but I had a little taste of like, suddenly I went from, he said that everyone hated me to we're like, okay, we like you now. Wow. Do something.
Yeah,
you know?
Okay.
I didn't know what to do, but I ripped the curtain again and that worked. And then, I stayed in the workshop for the last day as well. And that changed my life. So I don't know if you have to be broken down, but I had to be broken down because I was annoying. I still am a bit annoying, but some people think. But
damn. But I love hearing that, man. I love hearing that because I talk to a lot of people who I admire and who have done something beautiful with this comedic art form, and a lot of them find themselves in a place of despair or in a place of like surrender or in a place of giving up. And then something just happens, and then like they find something, just a glimmer of talent, like not much, just a spark of love, a spark of joy, one laugh here, and then that's enough.
That's enough for us.
Just grows. Woo!
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's so fun. It's so fun. That's why I like talking. I like listening to podcasts like this. I love talking about comedy, and I bet you do the same, no?
I can't talk about it enough. I do this podcast because I was constantly talking about comedy with my girlfriend, and she's like, oh my god, you need to talk to other people about this. I was talking to my girlfriend and all my friends about it, and I was like, I need to just continue talking to other people. Yeah Holy shit. So now after you've won like Britain's Got Talent, like how has your life changed?
It's I haven't slept for 4 weeks basically. I haven't had a proper night's sleep yet. So that's why I needed these glasses, because I feel like I'm just dark under my eyes, you know?
Yeah.
It's been a dream, but it was already a dream. I didn't feel like I needed this, but I welcome it with open arms, you know? Like, I'm so happy. But people are like, are you more busy now than before? I was like, in a way, I gigged every single day above a pub in London from when COVID stopped, because I was just like, I need to get back. Because I haven't been without this for 3 years or something, how long that stuff was.
Yeah, okay.
So I was like almost 8 months, I was on stage every single day.
Yeah.
And just doing fives, open mic, unpaid in London.
Yeah.
And then going back to Norway and
like clowning the whole time.
Yeah, I basically worked as a hospital clown in Norway, and then I did the open mic circuit in London.
Yeah.
That was how I survived, basically. But I was so happy. It was my dream to do the circuit in London. That's like, I heard, New York and London has like the best circuit. So I was just so every day, my friends and other comics, because we got to a certain level with Zach and Viggo. We're doing big rooms and we pitched stuff to TV and stuff. And then I moved to London and started on zero. So people are like, what are you doing? And I was like, this is my dream, man. Every day is an adventure and I love it.
Okay, so in that respect, like you were always busy, like since COVID finished gigging, doing shows. But now you're doing shows, but now everybody knows who you are. Now you're like this comedic icon.
Wow, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like you, like it's true. Like you with the vest and like Viggo Venn, High Viz Viggo. Like everybody knows who you are.
Yeah, so the guy with the hair.
The crazy guy with the hair.
Yeah.
Let me guess, your mom's Norwegian, your dad's a diagram.
Yes.
But
it's a joke, no?
It's a...
I did it.
I loved it.
I became a stand-up finally.
The best. I love seeing that. But now everybody knows. Now everybody knows who you are. Like
I hope you're watching Joachim Skaga. I did a joke. You know, it was a rumor that I was banned from Josefine's matches.
Okay, but that's not true.
No, I don't think I was banned. But after I did this Dr. Brown workshop, I was like, my brain exploded. I was like, this is so funny on a guttural level. Like we laugh much more. It's like harder laughs. So I was obsessed with it. And I just remember doing Josefine's because I did a course at RDK, which you should do if you want to be a comedian, rdk.no, you know, like search out every comic thing you can find, no? And try as much as you can. But after the course, I came on in like a plane flight captain or like a plane captain costume, shorts or maybe just underpants, plane captain suit and plane captain hat, and I had like a little Simon, this candy on a fishing rod, just fishing in the audience's mouth. And when someone ate one, I would take one up from my pants and put another one, and you know. And then I went on tea, and then I put coffee or tea in my mouth and spat at them, and it was. My friends loved it and were cracking up, and everyone else hated it. Okay. So I was still bad. And then Johnny, I remember he was like not happy. He was like, we're doing stand-up here. It was kind of, but he wasn't mad. He was just saying, hey, this is not stand-up maybe. And he was a bit like, kind of bombed also. So he wasn't happy. And then after that, no one saw me in Norway for 6 years. Yeah. So naturally, like a bomb, Johnny was not so happy. And then I just disappeared. Yeah. So
off the grid, man.
Yeah. No, I went to clown school and went on tour for 4 years.
But out of the Norwegian scene, just fucking gone.
Yeah, when I went back, some comics that I gigged with before were like, you know, you're banned. I was like, what? Really? I don't think I am. I haven't heard it. And they were like, but you haven't been back. I was like, yeah, but I've been out. And they're like, pretty sure you're banned from Josefine's. And then I met Johnny and told this story, and he was laughing so much. And he was like, no, you weren't banned. No, it was everyone. He was gigging with a Christmas costume back in the day. He was doing weird stuff. So.
Dude, all these stories are just legendary now. Like all the things that like kind of like didn't get into all the things that failed are now just like the best stories. Yeah. So, you know something, when I saw you at Oslo Humor Fest on Friday, and I saw
Solo.
I saw the solo show. I saw the solo show, and I saw you tonight as well at Latter. And then I think you're in this like really unique position as a comedian where people know what the act is, but they want to see it anyway. Yeah. You know, like if you have as a stand-up, when we're doing jokes, if people know the joke, they're like, we don't want to hear it. What's the new stuff? What's the new stuff? Yeah. But people love seeing you do the best, and they love the hi, my name is. Yeah. But that is kind of me really playing in the moment, though. My name is. Because there's some stuff like this that I did in the semifinal that doesn't work at all. And I tried also the good old my mom is Norwegian, my dad is a diagram. Does not work at all. No, because it's a setup punch joke kind of thing. But at least with the my name is, it's different every time. Yeah. It's I
I love to do it as well because I get into this zone, kind of this flow play state where I'm just having fun, and I think they feel that, no?
Yeah, but it is really cool that like people really want to see the One More Time in the vests. They want to see it. Like you couldn't do a show, at least not like without doing it.
No, true.
It's
I'm wearing it now,
but you're in a unique position because like stand-ups, you can't do that.
But thing is though, they don't laugh of the joke. Before I had like this whole surprise routine that was just more and more vests, and people were just dying. Like, this guy's an idiot. He came here to do stand-up and now he's just ripping off another vest. Whereas now it's more my costume almost. And they just clap and scream and party when they see the vest.
It makes them happy. It makes me happy.
Yeah, but isn't before it was funny.
Yeah, I got you.
So I miss the time.
The surprise element's gone because they've seen it.
Yeah.
But they like it for another reason. They don't like it because it's funny, because they like it because they love it.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, wow.
Like a song. I mean, I have a song as well, though. Yeah. One More Time in the vest today makes people happy.
Yeah, it does. Like the things that like I kind of like get really almost jealous of, like what clowns do, is because they get to use all of these other elements.
Yeah.
Like
cheating.
It feels like it. And like I'm there like sometimes like doing stand-up comedy and you're like, I just have my words. That's it. And you guys have like props, you've got music, you've got songs, you're always fucking with the audience.
I mean, fucking with them, but also respect to every stand-up comedian, because I think that is pure. It's pure comedy. It's you and a microphone. And I try that. I even tried to tell Joachim, like, hey, this vest, they're gone when I got some material. And I just never made any material, or I just couldn't do it, basically.
Okay.
So there's some props, but I told him like I just like, once I'm funny, I'll get rid of these props, and then here I am.
You're doubling
full
down.
Of props,
you're doubling down. Oh, that's hilarious.
Not on purpose, though. I wish I could do stand-up.
Yeah, okay. But, wow.
You saw how happy I was when I told the joke, no?
Yeah. You were stoked.
Yeah.
Wow. But I saw the show that you did on Friday night at Salt. Okay. And then, you know, I've seen you perform a few times, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I'm learning more about clowning, especially after the conversation with Martin. And then I kind of had this realization that was like, okay, clowns, they kind of really like fucking with people. Like, you're always doing stuff with the audience. And I never know what's real because there was like, you had a laptop and it was supposed to connect to a big screen.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. And I was like, no, that's part of the show. And I was like, is it part of the show? Does it not work, or is it part of the show?
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I mean, that was not part of the show, but I have problems with the computer that's in a bit, and it's really funny, but then I was completely fucked over that show, though. It was not a great show because the tech just completely didn't work.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But that happens sometimes. And
shouldn't happen. But whatever. It was okay.
Yeah.
And the next day I did a late night, and that was...
killed it.
I got to leave on a fantastic show that was like... some people were like, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm so happy and I love it, you know?
Yeah.
I love that. You did like, whatever. You had a good time? Great, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I mean, I saw the line for that show on Saturday night, and I couldn't believe that you could fit that many people in there.
Me neither.
I couldn't believe it. It was packed, and there were still people outside.
I mean, that's what's so cool, because I did the first Humor Fest, or the first 4 Humor Fest, and the pilot Humor Fest as well, and I did the closing show then as well, like a late night show, because me and Zach kind of have done late night shows, like raunchy, chaotic train wreck shows when something goes really wrong, and we just like, okay, we enter another atmosphere here. Everyone's in on this fucked up show together, you know? And I thought that we had some killer shows, but it was just like 60 people in the tiniest venue. And then I asked the year after, how many is here from last year's show? And there was like one guy. I was like, oh, really? I thought last year's show was insane. Like, if I were a comedy fan, I would have gone and seen that again to see what happens next year. But now it's what a gift, no? That people come and they get to see this crazy show.
They love you. You're like this next level like comedian that people just really want to like experience. You're like something that they need to experience.
But it's fake though. Like I did the crazy great late night show before, and then it was suddenly on the big stage in Britain's Got Talent, and then now.
But you know what? I feel like you almost need something bigger for people to recognize. I think that like when you appear on something that is at like such an iconic level,
like Inia James podcast,
for example. Is it sunglasses?
Norway's Joe Rogan. Then you really elevate something happens.
You do, because your status gets to the level of something so massive as Britain's Got Talent, and it was a competition with like I don't know how many thousands of people, but you beat out like no offense, you beat out people with
kids
way more talent than you. With like people who are singing like with these beautiful voices and trained and all these amazing people, and then like you won, and then they're like, wow, he crushed it. Britain's Got Talent. Everybody in Norway was like, wow, big thing.
True, it's the competition. It's like whole of Norway is like, yeah, he won OL,
You did. Yeah. You basically won the Olympics of talent.
But Got Talent, I had such a great experience, but it's a variety show, no?
Yeah.
But I was so happy that I got to do my things, I was just having fun doing my stupid jokes. Like I did this thing on Britain's Got Talent. That's insane that I was allowed to do that. I love it. It's unbelievable. And then something, you're right. And then something happened also with, because I didn't have a talent in a normal sense, then like so many people, they're doing it. Because when people, he doesn't have talent, and now I send a video, this guy has a talent. Because every day there's a kid who sends me a video dancing, just loving it and ripping off vests. So it was like everyone had fun.
You know what you are? You're a role model for talentless people. and that might sound like an insult, but that's the greatest compliment you can get.
That is epic. I'm going to put that on my poster. Role model for talentless people.
You are!
I'm as beautiful.
You are, because people can't sing like an angel. People can't hit like high notes. But everybody can go like this. Bah. Everybody can go like that. Bah, bah, and like on every work site, like on every job site, on every road crew, you've got like dudes that are out there busting their ass, busting each other's balls, and they're probably the fucking funniest cunts you could ever hang out with.
Absolutely.
Like those dudes that are out there, like on construction sites, just building.
They have banter.
And
they also embrace me like their brother, which I think is so beautiful.
You're king of the bantering idiots.
It's so beautiful. We were at the Palmesus, it's like a music festival in southern Norway, and then we noticed something when we did our show, and then blah blah blah, and then we were in the that was a whole every day since I won has been the craziest day in my life, every single day. But let's not talk about that. But we went to Eric Prid's the after party concert, kind of the Call on Me guy. And then and then the medics came past me, and they were wearing vests, and they came, and I saw they were kind of looking like a little bit shy, but I could tell, they want contact, and we were trying to keep people away from pictures and stuff. We're here to enjoy, but then those people in vest, I'm like, hell yeah, good job, and they were so happy because like suddenly here's an idiot who really respect what you do, and now we have a joke together. Yeah. So we got in everywhere, like the security guards as well. We hadn't got our passes, even though we had the VIP pass or whatever, but we hadn't picked it up, and I was like, that guy wears a vest, let's try. And then he was just like, brother. They treat me like I am one of them.
You are one of them.
Which is my dream, to connect with the High Viz community.
Yeah, you made it work, man. And the High Viz community, they're real people with real jobs.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're especially like down to the soul of the earth, like great people.
Yeah, and that also happened in the UK, that there's way more people there. Everyone on the train wears a High Viz, and every worker outside wears a High Viz. So it's like this grassroots movement of like, man of the people here.
Yeah.
Which I have continued. I said no to every commercial opportunity, kind of Instagram post, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I did partner up with a High Viz factory.
I love that you did that.
and we are basically like, they sell to construction workers.
Yeah.
It's not like it's you have to work in construction to buy it. You can buy it one, but then the how do you say frakt?
Yeah, the transport cost.
Yeah, the transport cost is high because usually people buy 1,000 for their company.
Yeah.
You know?
Is that one there?
No, I didn't find I have a signature vest now, which is I really like that. I have a signature vest. You've seen maybe on
I've
Instagram.
seen it. I love it. I want one. I want a signature vest, man.
Yeah, it's getting a big shipment of 200 vests to my house in London tomorrow, actually.
Perfect.
Because we just did it and we just launched it, and I'm like, yeah, signature vest, like MJ, you know?
Yeah, that's cool, man. Like, listen, like, what I mentioned before that my mum knew about you in Australia, but also my 6-year-old son who lives in Norway.
He loves it, no?
He loves it.
Yeah.
He loves it. I said that I was doing a podcast, and they go, who are you doing with? I go, Viggo Venn. He's like, Viggo Venn? One more time? Yeah. So, because in kindergarten, they wear vests.
Right.
When they go on an excursion, they all wear the vest.
They are fans.
They are fans. The kindergartens are part of the High Viz community.
They love it.
They love it. Holy shit.
This is such a good timing. I'm taking another snooze.
Yeah.
Scandinavian tobacco.
Take another snooze. We've been rocking this out for 45 minutes. You want to do another 15 minutes and then we'll go back to the hotel? I know you got a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Does that sound all right?
Yes. Yeah, because it's been a long day and it's late.
It's been a long day.
It's midnight now.
Yeah,
no?
It's midnight now, man.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you taking the time out of your insane schedule to be able to sit here and talk to talk about how you're king of the talentless people.
My God, yeah, that's great. What? Yeah, I'll watch the podcast and write that down, like the inspiration for talentless people, inspiration for idiots,
role model.
That's beautiful, because I didn't want to win, because it's not clown-like to win. We're supposed to lose, you know. I'm used to saying, hey, do you want to see a clown show? And people go, ew, no, you know. And we're not supposed to be cool, so... But today we celebrate a bit, wear sunglasses.
Have a good time. And I love that I got to talk to you about like something that we're both passionate about, and we approach it from different aspects, different angles. You know, we meet in the middle at this thing called humor, which is this like ethereal experience that people just kind of stumble onto, and that you're like crafting it and creating it and delivering it, and we both do that in these really different ways, but there's some kind of connection.
It is the same stuff. You get a laugh and that's your goal, no?
Yeah.
Or do you have a goal to say something?
No, I really just want them to laugh at an idea that I've crafted in my head and communicated so carefully that they get it. Yeah. Because that's the thing that I'm like, that's it, you know, that's what I want to do. I want to like say, if I sit at home and go, huh, that's pretty funny. I wonder if like 150 people in the audience think it's funny too.
And then sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is.
And sometimes it's not.
And sometimes it definitely isn't.
That happened to me today because I debuted at Latter 2 days ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Fist bump.
No, but that's like it's been a dream for 13 years.
Yeah.
So I like obviously I won Britain's Got Talent and like sold a lot of tickets because of me now. But the little boy inside me, I was like, hey, that's why I'm so happy now, because I'm like, I did Latter, man. I'm so stoked.
Yeah.
So happy. What was I gonna say though?
Maybe it's about a joke that didn't work.
Yes, because I put on camouflage today.
I saw that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be hilarious. I could not wait to come on. Like, obviously, I'm so visible with High Viz, and like, here I'm coming with the camouflage. Did you see the opening of the set? Oh my God, it was bad. I come on in the full camouflage suit and the High Viz on top. And I said something like, I'm a bit confused. I don't know if I'm visible or invisible. Nothing. And you should have seen me this morning. I was like, oh my Lord, wait till they see this camo suit. It's gonna.
You thought you were gonna murder with it. Everybody's just like silent crickets.
People are like, why is he not doing one more time? But then I did go back to they have like grass on the wall at Latter, and then I stood between the grass and like, can you see me? And they laughed there, and I was like, oh, phew. Yeah. Phew, they have something. And then I ripped it off, and one more time.
There we go. Yeah. Bam.
But it's hard to start like that, though.
Yeah. Especially because people have these crazy expectations. You know, they're like, this is the most talented guy in Britain. What's he doing hiding against some bushes?
Yeah. Bring it on, funny boy.
Come on, man. Make me laugh, clown.
But I feel like people are, like on the first show on Tuesday, there was like one kind of 15-year-old guy sitting there with a vest. And then once the song started playing, there was like 6 people who were like, put a vest up from their bag and like, hey! And I was like, yes, you are here to celebrate. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because I feel even people judge me. They're kind of like, what is he going to do? But people are into having a good time, it seems like now.
I feel like they fucking love it, man. They want to have a good time. It's summer. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like where everyone's kind of on holiday. It's like, it's good vibes. We got Viggo Venn. Yeah. Let's go.
In camouflage? Why?
But I love that this morning you thought that was like this genius. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
That feeling is like when you said like, oh, that would be funny to say. That feeling is the best though. Yeah. When you have something that you... That's why I had when I'm like, oh, what if I put on another High Viz?
Wow, but I loved seeing everything, man. I loved following like everything that happened. I loved, like, it was so exciting. Like, you know, I saw like what it must have been like the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and then the finals, and I was just like, wow. And then like you fucking did such a good job, man. And like it was so like, you know, when you were falling off the stage, and the thing with Bruno when he kind of messed it up in the beginning, like it didn't go perfectly. There was like mistakes and everything wasn't like...
Because you've seen the bit before,
yeah,
no? Yeah, so you knew that in my head, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, he messed it up.
It could have been so much funnier. But yeah, because they had me watch the semifinal to have my reaction to it. And when I watched it, I was like commenting and la la la. And then they were filming me reacting to it. And then when it came to Bruno, I was like, oh, we have to stop filming. I can't look at this. It's like... Because I want it to be so funny, and then that kind of like... But then new guy was just came from comedy heaven. Poop.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It was some comedy gods.
Do you believe in that?
Yes.
Like, okay, so you believe...
They do come to me regularly.
Yeah, and what is that? Like, is that just like a frequency of...
Dude, look at this space, man. You got to believe in the comedy gods. Look at you. You smoke weed in there? Look at this. Wait, can I take a photo? No, I don't have a camera, but you can see it there. That's such a good...
yeah.
Comedy gods. You don't believe in them?
I believe in them. I believe in them, man. I believe in that there's like this kind of... this frequency that you're like riding onto where things just come. But it feels like you have to be in this flow state. You got to be like real dialed in. You got to be open to it, and then it just comes at the right moment. Yeah. And I experience that when I'm doing crowd work, or when there's something just pops off in the audience, and I just say the perfect thing, the right thing to say at the right time. Yeah. And you're like, where did that come from? Where did it come from?
Yeah. Like, because it wasn't... It's not my wit that helps me. I feel like it just... Yeah, it's something... But you have to be open to it, though. I think that's what... Martin in the podcast with Martin Mark, he talked a lot about listening, you know, and if you listen, then they will. Because sometimes I'm like, what? I catch myself before the final also like, what am I doing? Like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm doing this, and then I'm dancing with Simon. Is that what? Like, what's supposed? But then every time I'm nervous like that, I'm like, you know what? I will just play when I get there, and I know that. I don't have a tactic or anything, but the spirit kind of grabs me and I start to have fun, and then magic things happens. Yeah, I think that's part of the giving up is like, yeah, when I play, I have fun. And then if people empathize with me, then they have fun, no?
Yeah, they do. You're real playful. I think that's the key. Like, you're just playing around and having a good time.
Yeah. And that's what I started to do in life as well, though, after my little breakdown there. It's like... And Philippe also said, I asked him, like, do you have a tip when I graduated school? And he said some nice things. He's like, well, clown, there's not many clowns. There's one every generation. Is you? And then I was like, yeah, fuck you for like, okay, pressure. And then I was slow. All my mates was just like, and the people I started with in Norway, Halvor and Henrik Fladseth, doing great. And I felt, and then everyone in my class did solo theater in London. I was the only one who hadn't done it. And I was like, doing open mics in London. Like 3 months ago, I was doing open mics.
Wow, that's crazy.
But then, yeah, thank you to comedy gods.
Yeah.
Because when that played, and he said the tip though. I asked him like, what should I do? And he was like, follow your fun. You will be fine.
Wow, follow your fun.
Mm-hmm.
Follow your fun.
Yes.
So whatever's fun for you, just follow that.
I think that applies to life and especially stage. Because obviously you have kids and you have a car and you have a mortgage. You can't just go out and do cocaine every day, like even if you think that's fun. But follow your fun, then you can take harder things in life if you love it. No, you know that. You've been to Henriken.
I've been there. I've performed at Mead as well. Steiner's open mic.
Yeah. So, but we are happy still to perform in front of 8 people. It can be a legendary night. It can.
Yeah, it can. It really can. Wow, Jesus, man, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. And I'm also happy because I did not think this would happen. So I'm very grateful for it. And now it's so fun. So I'm just following that. And
you're following the fun.
Yep.
And you're going to perform in front of the king.
Which is so... Because I teach clown as well. I teach in a university in London a little bit. And then at Philippe's school. And then I do my own workshops. Not so often, but like 2 times a year I do a week-long workshop with people. Because I got so much out of it. And so I like to do it as well. But I'm a performer, but I teach sometimes. And then in those workshops, I say always like kind of teach people, or not teach, but kind of remind people to look at the audience.
Yeah.
Hey, share your face. You know, this is a mask. So if it's like this, we can't connect with you. It's like this microphone almost. Technically, you need to speak into the microphone, no? It's a technical thing. And then I say, like, remember, King of Sweden might be in the audience. The clown always looks for the King of Sweden. And so there's this WhatsApp group from the clown workshops I've done, and people were like, "Oh, Viggo, the King of Sweden stuff is true. You're actually gonna be in the audience when the king might be there."
Yeah.
So it's funny that comes true, because I've been saying it for years in my clown workshops. Like, hey, the king might be there, so the clown always have to look. King of Sweden might be there, and if he's there, you need to see him.
Yeah. Wow.
So
now the King of England's gonna be there.
Yeah. He's gonna hopefully wear a high vis.
He's gonna one more time. Yeah.
King Charles.
Wow.
I can't wait for that moment, and I'm terrified.
When is it?
It's 30th of November, I think it's filmed, but it's aired in Norway on NRK on Rocket Day. What is it called?
Rocket Day.
Rocket Day.
No, always Rocket Day. That's an awesome holiday.
Rocket Day.
It's Rocket Day, man.
Champagne and Rocket Day.
Let's go.
Rocket Day in Australia, or your national day is Rocket Day, isn't it?
It's,
like your national day is when you invaded Australia or something.
The 26th of January.
Yeah.
That's it.
Tough day.
Tough day.
Yeah.
They want to change it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's, they call it, it's a political thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
But I didn't, what's Norway's Rocket Day?
I mean, when the rockets are, when you drink champagne. What? Nyttårsafton?
Oh, New Year's Eve. Gee,
yes.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
Rocket Day's way cooler.
Rocket Day.
Come on, let's change it to Rocket Day. Norway, get it together. Rocket Day.
You got your clip.
I got it.
Yep.
We got it.
Yeah.
We got the clip.
That was late in the pod. It's like 57 minutes and nailed it.
I was
Rocket
waiting
Day.
for that the whole time.
Yeah,
I think we can end there.
Yeah, Rocket Day. Well, see you on Rocket Day. Then Royal Variety will be aired on NRK.
Happy Rocket Day.
Happy Rocket Day.
Bro, I'm just going to say thank you so much for being a guest, especially when I know how many different obligations that you have. And I really appreciate that you took the time to do this at midnight.
Yeah, because I think your podcast is so fun. So I followed it. I followed my fun.
Rocket Day.
Rocket Day! Okay.
All right. See you later, ladies and gentlemen. Bye. Viggo Venn out.